Part 17. Teaching at the University. I had spent the last decade studying, but then a thought crossed my mind. What about Gamba? Gamba and I talked about his personal growth and the business. We decided it was time for him to focus on something new. He'd been working for almost 10 years without a break. It was time for him to rest. He decided to study English in Singapore, while I stayed behind to manage the business in Mongolia. He wasn't alone. My younger brother and Baggy's brother went with him. The three of them rented an apartment, and they studied English together. My son and I visited them a few times. It was a refreshing change for all of us. After a year of studying English, Gamba returned home and enrolled in a joint MBA program between NUM and an Australian university, 1 year in Mongolia, the next in Australia. He completed the first year in Mongolia, but before heading to Australia, he needed to pass the IELTS exam. He studied hard, but his score was 6.0, just 0.5 short of the 6.5 he needed. Instead of retaking it, he decided to drop it altogether. It had been 2 years since he left the company, and it seemed like he missed his job. So, I gave him back the business. With my mother-in-law looking after the kids during the day, I had time to think. What was next for me? I didn't want to work in the company anymore. Gamba was doing fine. The finance department at the National University of Mongolia is looking to hire a lecturer. It felt like fate. But during the conversation, she mentioned that the accounting department was also hiring. The head of accounting was my old professor. And in 2006, I became an assistant lecturer. I had waited 6 years to become a student at NUM, and now I was working there. Life is mysterious. Around that time, I encouraged my younger sister to join me at the university. She had been working in IT, but soon enough, she was teaching at NUM as well. Our father was so proud. He even started calling us professors. It made us laugh, but we knew it meant a lot to him. Teaching wasn't easy at first. I had to learn a lot from my colleagues and my old professors. It was nothing like the business world. But I loved it. The more I taught, the more I realized how much I still had to learn. So, what's next? Stay tuned for the next video.